Hello and welcome to a new Headliners Upgrades video where we look at potential investments in headliners that are looking into getting that 4 in a row and getting that +1 upgrade. Last week we had a look at these three guys, which was Mertens, Moreno, and Tejas. Jared Moreno was the cheapest out of the three. He was coming around under about 27k, I would say. Like I said, there was a 50-50 game. They were playing away Valladolid. They were down 1-0. Moreno scored the equalizer. They had some chances, but eventually they drew 1-1. So that 4 in a row is lost for now. I bought about 10 or 11 of these guys because, like I said, it was like a 50-50. So it was a gamble to get this guy, and maybe he would get in 3 in a row for Villarreal. But if he doesn't, the loss will be minimal. He will lose like maybe a couple of K on each card. So eventually for 10 cards I lost somewhere around 25, maybe 30k. I've sold all those cards around 26.5 and 27. Then the other one was Mertens. This was a card that I was looking to buy because I was almost certain that Napoli would win that home game against or the away game. It was against Lecce anyways. His card was a bit high, around 900k, I would say, something like that. Eventually I didn't have enough coins because of the investments that I made, so I didn't have the coins to buy him before the game, and that was, good luck for me because eventually they lost. So Napoli lost that 3 in a row as well, and his card dropped in price as well. So before that, the previous day we had the Porto-Benfica match, which was the other one, with Porto being on 2 in a row. This was the other game that was again a 50-50 for me, with Porto having the slight edge and the home advantage and of their recent form. I saw the lineups before the game and I saw his price, so I decided to go and buy a few. I only had coins to buy 2. I needed a few more. I was going to buy a third one, but I didn't have enough coins, so I bought 2 at 265. Eventually Porto won, with Tejas also scoring a goal, so they're now on 3 in a row. I sold those 2 cards at 335, so I made about 70k on each card, so 140. If you take out the market cut, I will be about 30k. So I made about 110k for those 2 cards. So eventually it did work out. So that was for last week. This week, again, we only have 3 cards that we have to look at that are on 2 in a row, and they're looking into going to 3 in a row. Like I said, the best time to invest in these cards is when the team already has 2 in a row, and if it's possible for them to get 3 in a row. After they get 3 in a row in 1 or 2 days, when everybody catches up to that card, the card goes up, and then you sell in the hype. So the first one is going to be Nelson Semedo. A lot of people are waiting for this card to get upgraded. His inform is an 84, so this one is an 86. If he gets 4 in a row, Barcelona, this will go to an 87 and will make this card an even more desirable than it is right now. So Barcelona is already on 2 in a row. Their next 2 games are at home, I believe, to Getafe and Eibar. 2 easy games for Barcelona, I would say, almost a sure thing. So this looks like a sure investment to make. This card has already gone up a bit in price since the past few days. I remember this card being somewhere around 400k, and it's about 460 now on the PS4. But I do believe that if this card goes to an 87, his price will be higher than that. I believe it will go somewhere maybe over 500k or 500k. So there's a bit of profit even at buying at 460. But for me, if I want to go into this card, I will probably want to get anything under 450 just to make sure that I make some profit. So for me, if you find this card anywhere at 450 or under, I think it's a sure thing for Barcelona to get that 3 in a row this upcoming Sunday, I believe, or Saturday. And if they get that, then this card will go up in price a bit more. I think it should go close to 500, even more. I don't know. Yeah, the next one's going to be Digne from Everton. Everton has 2 in a row. Their next game is going to be away to Arsenal, so it's going to be a tough game for them to win. This card is around 160k. For me, it's too much for this card actually to be paid for this 86 Digne because this card is not that great, but it gets a lot of strong links with like Conte and who else? Martial on the left wing, Screen Bernard. So maybe that's why people are using this card. I'm not sure. I've not used it. I don't know. This is a big gamble. I don't think that Everton will win that game. On the other hand, if you are thinking otherwise, and you think that Everton might actually win that game, then this is a good chance for you to go in at 160. I think it's a good price at the moment. Looking at the graph, this is a price that it's at its best now to be bought, I think. But again, I don't think I will be gambling on this card because I really don't think that the chances are there for Everton to walk away as winners. We'll see. I will wait up until game time to see how they line up, how Arsenal lines up, and maybe I might take a chance on a card or two. The third one, and the one that's looking like the easiest to gamble on, is this Sanson that a lot of players pack. Obviously, he's the cheapest out of the bunch. He's at 28k at the moment, which is a bit high. I think this card was somewhere around 25k. Maybe a lot of people are buying him now because of the strong links and a couple of perfect links that he gets with some new special cards. So even at 28k, it's still a good buy. Although they have a game today, which is a cup game against Lyon, which won't count obviously for the 4 in a row, but it's going to be a hard fought game. And then on the weekend they're playing away to Lille. Now Lille is a fantastic team this year. It's the second playing the fourth, so there's a lot on the line. Obviously it's an away game, so it's going to be a tough game for them. We'll see how that goes, but even at a gamble, maybe at a 50-50 chance this game, I will still probably take a gamble and buy a few of these cards like Jeremy Moreno. And then I believe if this guy also gets an inform, then this will go up by 2, and it will go to an 87. So there's a lot of potential there. I will look for this card, so I want to say somewhere around 27k. So even if they don't win, you'll only looking at losing maybe 1-2k a card if you invest in this guy and Marseille doesn't win. So these are the three for me. The best one will be Nelson Semedo. If you have the coins to find him under 450, I will look into buying maybe 1 or 2. And the other one I will take a gamble on is a few Sansons, and hopefully Marseille will win and this card will go up in price. Now the other one that I have here, obviously you can invest in, but just on a good note, because I believe pretty much everybody has a Sorcerer card and they're looking for his next upgrade, which is looking to be coming soon. They're already on 2 in a row, and they have 2 more games to get that 4 in a row. Obviously they have a couple of hard games, but I believe Dinamo is the best team right now in Croatia, so I believe that the Sorcerer upgrade will come in the next 2-3 weeks. And will make a lot of people happy. So this is going to be it for the headliner upgrades. Hopefully next week we might look into some live cards from the Champions League that is coming up as well. I believe the games are going to be next week. So we'll see if we make this video on Tuesday just before the first games and see if we have any potential upgrades in the Champions League live cards. Now those Champions League games, all of them are very, very hard games. Only the best teams are left right now in there. So this is going to be a very hard gamble or prediction to go into, investing into some Champions League live cards, especially most of them are already very high and their prices are, very high as well. So it's going to be hard to predict what investments are worth or not. Obviously these investments are going to be played over 2 games. They're going to get a +1, the team that advances through. So we have to see how both games go. But the potential investment will be there if you invest in the card on the first game and they get a clear advantage, then the card will immediately go up. So that's going to be a chance to sell. So this is going to be it for this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.